Hello! That's a weird picture to be shown, if you can see that picture. If I could have that as a background picture, that'd be cool. Anyway, we're going to be playing Snatcher, so let's see how we go. Let's do this. Yep, still playing. Brilliant. Okay, streaming, Bosch, just make sure everything's here. Okay. Literally, it's a pain to get this right. We're full screen there. Back to the game. Okay, we came out of the sewers last time, which is in that bathtub, so that's how the Snatchers got back and forth. The chief was a Snatcher who was with that Chinese guy. They were planning something, some assassination or something. The junker we were with, the other guy, the bounty hunter, died, sacrificed life for us, and we ran in the tunnels to get to here. It's about 8 months ago. Now we're back in this place. Look around. Bathtub. Gladiatines underground. Look. Mirror. I prefer not to be strangled. Yeah, that's what happened last time. No, I'm not going back in there. Freddy's living room. Look around the room. These remains have been cleared up. Map. Moscow. He did, didn't he? Did you get the picture in the red? So something to do with this map in all the Snatchers' places. Moscow does seem to hold a clue. They all had the same picture in some form or another. What's going on down here? Okay. Let's get out of here. Outside the previous Snatcher's place. Enter turbo circle. How plan to go back? We're having no turbo circle. We're going to walk it. Turbo circle. Why don't we check the area? There's a taxi over there. Is that what that vehicle is there? In fact, what? Is it that flat one? Or that big, bulky looking vehicle? Because the size difference, I'm not sure if it's perspective, but it's a funky side difference between the two vehicles there. Let's get in the taxi. Where to, sir? I don't trust you. Why has he been dodgy? There's no application. Yeah, where's the taxi driver ID, mister? I do not link to a traffic system for a taxi. That's something you should have, like a sat-nav. Let's have a look inside here. Oh, I can poke around for one. I'm a policeman. Polarizing film posted on a rearview mirror. So I can't see his face either. You're suspicious. Sorry, I just got to check the stream. Still good. Still good. Yep. All good. Bosch. Okay, let's get out of it then. Why aren't you going? We're in a hurry. Can we go now? I'm actually going to save it there. Where are we going? Straight up. Oh, it's Chow!
He's junk now. Stubborn one, wasn't he?
Brooch.
Jeez. He made it through that explosion and was waiting for us out here. If those things ever get control of the city, there's no way we'll ever get it back. We've got to stop them before that.
And to do that, we have to prevent the chief from getting to the Kyoto summit.
I know. And I have to pay back my debt to Random.
Random, that's his name.
To get back to Junker headquarters.
I planned on it. I just hope Mika and Harry are safe.
Whoosh. ASCII, Sega. Fingers crossed they are. For a big building with only so few people in there, it's kind of strange, unless it's they rent out a floor or something. The final showdown, let's go! Final showdown? The fuck? The shutters are down. Let's look what's going on. Let's check the area. Someone attacked this place. The shutter on the reception booth is closed. So where did Mika go? Check the shutter. Check the shutter of the reception booth is automatically lowered in times of danger. Door. The emergency shutter is flashing door on the panel. Headquarters been put in emergency status. Door again. It's been locked from the inside anyway to open it from the booth. Area. There's a few holes in the shield, but no doubt caused by a blast fire or cannon folder. So that shielded the door. Sure. Shows evidence of having been struck by fire from an energy weapon. I read motion, something's inside the booth. Sure. We have to open this somehow. Well, how? Booth. Can we access from the outside? It must have an emergency one. Booth. Here we are. Okay, he's found the port. So we should be able to open the shutter. Open the shutter. Releasing the mechanism.
All right, I'm going to open it, but please use extreme caution.
Get ready with the gun.
Inside.
It's Mika. She dead? She's got blood down her face.
Mika! Mika, are you all right? Metal, how is she?
Her pulse is normal. The only external injuries are to her forehead, and they are not serious. There's been no significant blood loss.
Mika, come on, snap out of it. It's me, Gillian.
Dum
Gillian?
dum dum dum.
Gillian!
Mika, what happened?
Gillian, the chief! The chief is a Snatcher!
I know. From 8 months ago.
Harry's!
What's happened to Harry?
Harry put me in the pod and sealed the main door. He locked the Snatcher in.
That was smart. Not even a Snatcher can get through this shield.
So where's Harry?
He said keep the door sealed no matter what happens in there. And then he went in. Gillian, please help him.
Harry! Mika, open the door. I'm going in. Metal, we're going in. Be careful. That Snatcher could be hiding anywhere.
Yes, sir.
Gillian, please be careful. The chief is very cunning. Don't let your guard down.
Chief Cunningham is very cunning. Wow, okay. Runs. No. That looks like Harry.
Harry!
Oh,
No, not Harry.
oh, Gillian.
Oh man.
I'm getting old. Just look at me.
What happened?
I saw the chief messing with your turbo cycle, and that weird picture in his office.
I knew it.
Metal, how is he? Metal!
I do not wish to say.
Really that bad, huh?
Gillian, when I confronted him about what I saw, he showed me what he really was. I was barely able to even scratch him.
That's enough, Harry. I understand. Metal, is there anything we can do for him?
Gillian, I'm sorry.
Harry, you'll be okay. Doesn't look like you're hurting too bad. This'll work out perfect. You always were working too hard anyway. Why don't you take a nice long vacation somewhere and rest up?
Yeah, sure. Nice try, Gillian, but it's my body. I know I ain't gonna make it.
God, Harry's gone.
You were a good kid, Gillian.
Harry!
I don't know how to say this right, but I've always had a special feeling about you. I've always had trouble talking to people since I was little, like my father. What I can remember of him.
Pulse and blood pressure falling.
Harry, hang in there. You and I were gonna go out and tie one on, remember?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. You, me, and Jean, the three of us.
But John is...
Metal, quiet!
Gillian, I've lived my
Good.
life alone. I didn't know my parents or family.
Oh, got one viewer.
So stubborn, glued to my
Hello.
research. I
Comment in the chat.
really trusted
Tell me who you are.
nobody. That was a mistake.
Blood pressure continuing to fall.
Harry?
Oh no!
After Jean died,
He's got blood coming out of his mouth.
human warmth, companionship.
I know what you mean.
Gillian, I just wanted to get along with everybody. I don't need no Nobel Prize. For 50 years, I've been searching, trying to find something I lost. Looks like I'll never find it now.
Gillian, he's about...
Don't tell him.
Looks
Oh,
like I've been
spoils the
trying
surprise.
so much. It's up to you now, Gillian. I'm finished. You won't forget this, old grouch, will you?
No, of course I won't, Harry.
Gillian, you've got to believe
Oh,
in yourself.
Cables do not extend. See what Shani was on about now.
You're the last junker.
Harry!
Harry!
Pulse 0. Pupils are dilated.
Cunningham! No! Snatcher! I'll get you for this!
We have no time for grieving. That Snatcher is still hiding somewhere here in headquarters.
See if we can find him.
Metal, listen to me. If that Snatcher gets me, you've got to take Mika and run. Then you've got to blow up Junker headquarters. Blow it sky high! You understand me?
Yes, sir. I just hope it doesn't come to that. So, where should we start our search?
It's a fair point. I'm tempted to go into Harry's because he had a lot of technology there. That's what I'm guessing. Let's save that. Quick check. Still there. Good. Been having issues recently, so. Chief's office, engineering. Check the computer room. Anything in there? Nothing in here. Impression here. No. Okay. Nothing unusual. Okay. Next place. Engineering room. Search. The work table. No. Where else can we look? Could be hiding with this thing. Okay, let's move on. Detective's room. Activate search system. Oh, why that looks like it made me jump? It was just a knocker door. Oh my god. What about that desk? Okay, moving on. Shooting gallery, just be safe. Motion sensor. No, I've got to check everywhere. Don't know where the hell it could be. I'll get a blaster for you. I'll get the bastard for you, not get the blaster. It has to be somewhere in headquarters. Let's go to bloody... Could be in here. Without the motion detector. Nothing. Under the sofa. Under the desk. Interesting. There's that funky map in the back. Snatcher's still here. I don't know where else to look. Where haven't we been? What would it be doing here? I don't know where bloody is. Oh. I've looked everywhere now. I'm gonna go back to the detective's room. That Snatcher has to be here somewhere. I've been everywhere. Wait. Open that locker. Something's here somewhere because I didn't close that locker. I don't read anything if anyone's in the area. Where can it bloody be then? Been here, right? Shooting range? I'll go back to the engineering room. Has been one of these two places. Something doesn't add up. Cancel that. It has to be. could be hiding here because of the fans on. I'm going to search everything. Where is that sod? He has to be in the office then. Wait. There's blood on the desk. Investigate. Desk. There was no sound like this a few minutes ago. Look. Stain on desk. It's blood. Look. Investigate stain on desk. It appears to be blood dripping from the ceiling. Why don't we investigate the ceiling? What, you mean look up? Motherfucker! Cunningham. Did you get him?
Lighting control system has been destroyed. Distance to motion readings increasing.
Is he trying to run?
Motion readings have vanished.
You got past me this time, Snatcher.
Headquarters emergency lighting has been activated.
Can we find him again?
We should go after him immediately.
We'll find him. We know he's somewhere inside headquarters.
The Snatcher has been wounded. We should look for traces of blood.
Indeedy. I know exactly where to go. Bloodstain. It's a bloodstain. We're going to computer room. Not here. Where the hell is he hiding now? I have the word bloodstain constantly appearing. I've been there, engineering. Shooting range? Oh, don't give me that. Nothing. Bloodstain. That's somewhere. Just gonna keep searching all areas inside booths. Search. The only place it would hide where there's blood is the hallway, if it's smart enough. There's still some rooms I haven't checked. What rooms? I've been in all the rooms. Been in the computer room, tech room. Front. Didn't think of that. You never know. The main door was sealed when we came in. We've checked and double checked everywhere else. Let's go take a look.
The main door has been opened. Did Mika open it?
Wait, Mika's not in the pod. What happened?
The lighting has been disconnected.
Don't move, Seed.
Shit.
Is that you?
I read motion. He is definitely in here.
Where are you? Show yourself. I'm right here. I don't need to run or hide from you. Mika!
No, Gillian, don't move. It's a trap.
A hostage? You cowardly scum! Mika, why did you open the entrance?
I don't know. I was really scared. I mean, the emergency light's coming on so suddenly.
Seed, go ahead and shoot. But you'd better be a pretty good shot, or this kid goes home in a bag.
Shoot, Gillian. Kill this thing. Don't worry about me.
Mika!
What are you going to do?
I have you now, Junker!
Must have got him. Who's behind her? Did you shoot her? Oh my god!
I read motion. He is
You shot her!
Where are you? I'm right here.
I accidentally shot her!
Mika!
No, Gillian, don't move. It's a trap.
Here we go again.
You cowardly scum! Mika, why did you open the entrance?
I don't know. I was really scared. I mean, the emergency light's coming on so suddenly.
Seed, go ahead and shoot. But you'd better be a pretty good shot, or this kid goes home in a bag.
Shoot, Gillian. Kill this thing. Don't worry about me.
Mika!
What are you going to do?
I have
bloody
you
shoot.
now, Junker!
He's gonna kill me in a minute. That again? I think we did.
Snatcher's functions have been terminated.
Mika, are you all right?
Yes. Yes, I think so. Thank you.
Harry, I got him. Random? Sorry it took so long, but this ought to make us even.
Junker? You may have stopped me, but it's not over yet.
Gillian, this is just residual energy feedback. Its power levels are dropping rapidly.
Crane's hospital was nothing more than a maintenance facility. We have comrades operating throughout the city, more than you can imagine. Now our plans will move into Phase 2. For that we will enlist the help of Professor Lorraine. Your existence is meaningless, as long as you don't get your memory back. Good luck, Junker.
My memory? Comrades? Professor Lorraine?
Hmm?
Harry. Why? Please tell me. Why do so many good people have to die?
Mika.
This is all wrong.
Mika, don't worry. I won't let anybody else die. I've made a promise to Harry and Random. But the city is still full of Snatchers. This fight is just beginning.
Dum dum. What now?
Gillian, I have an urgent video call from Jamie. I'll connect you.
Gillian, I've got my memory back. I remember everything.
Your memory? So what about us, Jamie? Who are we?
Gillian, it's terrible. What we've done.
Jamie, what's wrong?
I can't tell you something like this over the video phone. I would have been better off never remembering.
What?
Okay, Jamie, calm down. I'll head out right now. Where are you? Is it snowing?
I'm sorry, Gillian. I can't tell you. They've taken our boy hostage.
Our boy? Who?
Professor Modner is here too.
Jamie, what are you talking about?
I'm so sorry.
Snatcher!
Gillian!
We have Professor Lorraine. We only require her cooperation for a short period here at the Kremlin. So for now, I suggest you avoid doing anything foolish, Professor Seed.
What? Clip? What? Tell me there's an Act 3. Tell me there's an Act 3. Would like to say yes, I would like to save at this point, thank you. That one. What? Oh my god. Oh, my mind is blown. I'm glad I have little distractions in my life like this, but wow. What? What?
With the start of this year's Kyoto Summit just 3 hours away, the delegates from the participating countries are beginning to arrive at the conference center. A major poll of domestic and international opinion, carried out just last week, shows that the vast majority of respondents favor a complete quarantine of Neo Kobe as a means to combat the risk of the Snatcher menace.
Now that the Chief's death has been confirmed, it won't be long before they strip us of our Junker authorization.
They will be deciding how to handle Neo Kobe at the summit in just 3 hours.
There are rumors that they're going to use nukes on the city to make sure the Snatchers are wiped out.
That's ridiculous. Come on, this is the 21st century.
That may not be as improbable as it seems. The world's leaders are extremely concerned about the Snatcher problem.
The Chief was going to calm this hysteria in his speech at the summit, but that'll never happen now.
3 months ago, government pressure on Junker operations increased dramatically. Gillian's transfer here was really our last chance.
Our own chief was snatched. It's not too surprising they don't want to trust us anymore.
I've heard that the Army and FBI are going to take over operations now.
That's correct. That too will be officially decided in 3 hours' time.
3 hours, eh? Is there any way we can find their hideout in that time?
If we don't, we and everybody else in this city are finished.
As far as they're concerned, we're just like a cancerous tumor that has to be cut out.
We have to hit the Snatcher's headquarters before then.
Gillian, can you do it?
If we only knew where it was, I should be able to manage something.
Hitting their outposts like Queen's Hospital won't do any good. We have to find their main nerve center.
What about the memory of that Snatcher who was impersonating the chief?
Just like the others, it was completely blanked. It's a form of self-destruct mechanism that they used.
Wait a minute. Mental, what about tracing that video phone call from Jamie?
It was no good. The call didn't last long enough. Still, it definitely did come from within the city.
Damn. Where are they hiding?
Gillian, can't you remember anything at all? Didn't Jamie say something that implied you were somehow connected to the Snatchers?
Nothing. I can't remember a damn thing. Metal, I want you to tell me everything you know about me.
Such a great game.
Why was I sent to Junker headquarters? Where did I come from?
Gillian...
Metal, the chief's dead. Tell me everything you know about me.
Well, you see...
Metal!
All right. With the chief gone, you are the highest-ranking officer here.
You knew all along?
Of course.
Where were we rescued from?
3 years ago, you and Jamie were taken into protective custody in the Siberian Neutral Zone by the 17th Siberian Investigative Force. More precisely, you were discovered in cryogenic sleep pods in an underground bunker near Moscow.
Cryogenic sleep pods?
Mm-hmm.
You mean they were frozen?
This is a photograph of the bunker. There is no record of when you were placed there. In addition, the third pod was empty at the time you were discovered.
There were 3 pods?
You were revived and taken into custody by the army. Apparently, as a result of the extended sleep, both of you suffered from complete amnesia. However, another theory suggests your memories may have been intentionally erased. This is the only piece of evidence found at the site.
That's Harry's picture, from when he was a kid.
What?
That's correct. Harry is Gillian and Jamie's son. It's been confirmed by DNA tests.
What?
Harry was my son?
Based on the information gained from the photo, it was established that you are Gillian Seed and your wife, Jamie Lorraine. Both of you are American citizens, born in the late 1960s.
The 1960s?
In addition, both of you vanished without a trace in 1989. There is no other information available about you after that.
1989?
Yes, you come from a world that's been gone for 50 years.
But what does that have to do with the Snatchers?
When the 17th Special Investigative Force was bringing the two of you out, there was an accident. Though the two of you were all right, most of the 17th was killed. One of them was a Snatcher. Of course, before their departure, they all underwent thorough examinations. So, if one of them was snatched...
It had to be somewhere in Siberia, right?
That's correct. And in order to attempt to determine the origin of the Snatcher, as well as your true identities, you were assigned to Junker headquarters. The hope was that exposure to the Snatchers would help you regain your memories.
Moscow? 50 years ago?
Almost everyone who was in Moscow at the time was killed in the catastrophe.
So Gillian and Jamie are the only living witnesses?
Harry was my son. Did he know?
No. It was highly classified information. He was never told.
I was never able to do anything for him.
Jesus.
Wait a minute, Gillian. Didn't Jamie say something about taking a boy hostage?
That's right. They must know about Harry and are using him to threaten her.
We have to find their headquarters quickly.
We've only got 3 hours.
Gillian, let's think this all through again. We may get some kind of a hint out of it.
God.
You're right. There may be some clue in the way they're operating.
Plot twists in this game.
Let's go over what we know about them.
Right, I'm gonna save that right there. Hang on. Okay, let me file save that. Save state as this bottom one. Save. Yes. So I'm just blown away by this new information. Man, I want to take a break. Sorry, I want to make a cup of tea and take a break. This just blew my mind. I'll be right back. Okay, I apologise. Jesus, how is his son? I'm back. Sorry. I needed a cuppa and some moment to think. So I've also got some things here I need to look at quickly. And to the people who are watching, thank you for staying. Okay, it's his head, isn't it? Infrared eyes. No, ultraviolet rays, X-rays, sun rays. Are you sure? Think very carefully. Oh, ultraviolet. Sun rays are technically the same thing. Yeah, lymphoma, sort of cancerous. There's the defective artificial skin. Melanoma. Become cancerous, particularly along its right rise, causing cancer. The night, winter, and wear sunscreen even then. Humans. The sewers. I'll stick my microphone in the tea, sorry. The factory, hospital, all of their highlights are. If that's true. Okay. The next, what phenomenon was always observed at any location where Snatchers appeared, including the grand tunnels? Sneeze, because it's allergies. Oh, fuck. Snow 9? Oh, dust. Anyone? Dust. Oh no, it's an artificial form pollen developed by the military and presence is limited to certain regions. Sorry, it's got just a chair. They were using it to interface with radio transmitters and keep people away. They're probably producing it intentionally themselves. The only regions of the city where snow is still present are the areas around the inner river. It has been cleared out of other areas because of the danger it presents. Sorry, 1 second. I had something come through. Okay, I got a few messages through, 1 second. Danger presents. So that means their base must be somewhere near the inner river, right? That's a fair conclusion. They're probably somewhere near the inner river protected by Snow 9. Accessible to the inner ship and near the inner river. And we must not forget the 3 photographs that we found of the Snatchers, with all of them related to the Soviet Union before the catastrophe. Norn's apartment. The picture in the director's office of the Queen's one. Yeah, it was that chalice thing that gave him away, because it moved the, there's marks on the floor which moved the thing to the underground area. And a photo of Red Square hidden in the chief's office. Why do you think Snatchers keep pictures like remember like this? Must be clues. The Kremlin's cold. The Red Square I'm not 100% about. But the Kremlin... Oh, I'm sick. The sun is a little closer. What is the city related to all 3 of these pictures? Moscow. That's correct. It's Moscow. Moscow must be where they come from. They must be the basis of their programming. Creator may put a time to their programming. They use a very... I'm just going to make sure this is streaming correctly, because I don't think it is. Channel Snatcher is live. Okay. Go back. Hit me live. I should have that. Ah, there we are. Let's go. Found Jamie and I. We can't be the creators, can we?
In other words, this homing instinct thing of theirs has led them to set up their headquarters in some place that reminds them of home, or their creator.
What part of this city is like Moscow?
Moscow's really cold, right? They get a lot of snow, don't they?
Snow?
No snow has been recorded in Neo Kobe in several years.
Well, then that's not it.
What about the snow in the video message?
What about that pollen? That crystal bioengineered stuff, Snow 9.
Now that you mention it, wasn't it snowing on Jamie's video phone call?
That's right.
Didn't know what to say that.
Their hideout has to be somewhere close to the Ina River.
The Ina River flows for miles around here, Gillian.
Was
You
Ina?
never search it all in time.
Gillian, let's look at a map of the areas investigated so far. This is an enlarged view of the southwest portion of the city around the Ina River. This blue area is that in which Snow 9 is present. Now I'll superimpose a chart of the abandoned tube liner tunnels. From this we can establish those areas with Snow 9, which are accessible by subway tunnel.
Let me guess, that area.
Nice, but it's still too large. We could never cover it in 3 hours.
Don't give up so fast, Gillian. What about that image of home thing we were talking about? Maybe there's some kind of geographic similarity. Maybe the same view can be seen or something.
I'll display a map of Moscow alongside.
What's this?
Look, the rivers are exactly the same shape.
This is the Moscow River over here.
It looks like we're on the right track.
Am I
Neil.
scratching?
Show us the location that
In
Jamie
the chow,
picked up
man.
from.
Right here.
Man, before the catastrophe, what was at this location?
The headquarters for the entire Soviet Union, the Kremlin.
The Kremlin? That Snatcher said something about taking Jamie to their Kremlin.
Metal, what spot in Neo Kobe would match up with the location of Moscow's Kremlin?
Calculating. This is the spot. It's presently occupied by an old church. It's rather large, but reports indicate it's been abandoned for nearly 20 years.
And it's right in the middle of the Snow 9 and subway area.
That's it! That's their headquarters, their new Kremlin.
Gillian, let's go!
Pete, don't know how many there are.
I want to go with you.
Sorry, Mika.
Hey, I'm a junker too, you know.
I know, and you're a great one at that.
So take me with you then.
You head to the summit to warn the delegates. They haven't given up, you know.
The summit's in Kyoto. I'm not going to be the only one to run.
You've got to convince them not to use nukes on Neo Kobe.
We found their hideout. There's no need now to sink the whole island.
Yes, but...
It's a tough job. Can you do it?
Okay, Gillian. I'll do what I can.
Thanks. Thank you, Mika.
Don't say it, okay?
Let's
did.
go, Gillian.
Gillian?
Yes? What's wrong?
How about dinner sometime?
Dinner?
You're forward.
Yeah, you know, dinner.
Mika.
What
Not
about your
interested.
wife?
I thought it would be nice, you know, to kick back, relax. It's Christmas after all.
Christmas, huh? I'll be back by then.
Gillian, we have to hurry.
That's a promise, right? I heard you.
Yeah, okay. But I gotta go to church first.
I'll see you soon then.
Okay, Metal, let's go.
See, they don't make games like this anymore. Something with an actual story and me to go about. This is the last turbo cycle. don't break it. Painted, but it does not affect the locomotive functions. Yeah, but I don't trust this area. Entering the turbo cycle. Whoosh. Of course, I know the answer to that question. Church.
I've input the map data on the Kremlin's locations. Lift off.
This game is basically like Blade Runner, essentially.
Flight configuration. Now gaining altitude.
From the same guy who made Metal Gear. Like Metal Gear Solid and that.
Please be safe.
Gillian, please keep in mind that we're working with a strict time limit.
A 50-year debt in 3 hours.
That's a messed up crystal maze.
Snow!
Snow 9 to be specific. You've entered the Snow 9 region. Please put on your breathing filter. Direct inhalation is dangerous.
All right.
Radio transmissions will also be impossible from this point on. Understood? Now descending. Conversion to hover configuration complete. Gillian, we've arrived.
Exit the turbo circle. Whoosh. It does look a bit like the Kremlin. It's the old St. Basil's Cathedral. I doubt they had the same thing. Snow. If it's actually Snow 9, try to avoid handing directly. Area. Surrounded by a large grove and tall cedar trees. Christmas lights would really liven up the scene. Check the building. Silly question. Yeah, it says Gansville, the tube linear pass is already underneath this area. Hang on. Look up any large movement. Listen. Is that the wind? Let's go inside.
Alright, now opening the door.
What's wrong? Won't open?
I've scanned it, and it's not locked. It is probably rusted into place.
Not surprising. After all, our friends always go in and out through the basement.
Let's push it together.
All right.
1, 3.
2, 3.
Are we in?
That got it.
Guess we're in. What's this? Appears some kind of chapel for the Snatchers. Portrait on the wall is probably a representation of him. The hell's that? There's no doubt the Snatchers worship as their creator. The sky. Is that random? There's a portrait of the identical dragon. This picture is not a photograph. Shows a worship chapel, no doubt. Everything nice and orderly, as if the pro-collapse Soviet Union has been recreated here. That was written on the painting. The creator. Modana. So the guy's name's random, but the creator's called Madonna. Flip that around. Well, appears to be a portrait of that person. So it's just... There's a room further back. Listen, it's perfectly quiet. Hang on. Take motion sensor. Be funny if Brandon didn't actually die. What the f... Spectrum mode. Reserve them there. Way back. 120. Let's get those ones. The bone size and device of the skull slits and set small sizes. They haven't been chosen yet, they're all just waiting for their turn. Look at containers. Just pay for the shipping these snatchers, no doubt how they got here. That's really damaged, they need their energy packs. The gender units have yet to be installed, however. 23rd Siberian Investigator. What? Siberian Investigation Force. Yeah, these snatchers were brought to New Cobra from the Soviet neutral zone. Investigators have been responsible for shipping the snatchers. Snatched just like when they found us. Man, this plot is blowing my mind right now. This act just wow. That was exceptionally quiet. I'm gonna save there quickly. Is this where they grow the skin cells? Culturing room. Yeah, and these snatchers with their outfit skin already installed here.
This is where they fuse the artificial skin onto the Snatcher's endostructure. First, they adjust the size of the still skinless Snatcher to the size of the individual who is to be snatched. The Snatcher's overall shape and size can be adjusted by expansion or contraction of sizing rods.
But Terminators, really.
The sex is controlled by gender units, which are installed at this point. Then, the face is modified to match the intended victim by adjusting the size of the upper and lower jaw, cheekbones, temporal bones, and tooth alignment.
Just like Gibson said, that means there are limits to the size of the people that they can snatch.
That's right. The limits of the mechanism mean that they can't snatch children, the elderly, or people who are very tall or heavy. And this is where the artificial muscle is attached.
Is it organic?
No. It appears to be coated with a type of plastic gel capable of mechanical response. Like human muscles, it creates mechanical energy through chemical reactions.
Damn.
And this is where the artificial skin is attached. In order to prevent the synthetic cells, developed using biotechnological protein design techniques, from rejecting the inorganic material below, they attach it gradually over a number of days.
And this is the stuff that gets cancer if they stay out in the sun too long.
Finally, they attach body and skin hair. The process involves transplant of synthetic hair follicles as well, so the hair will grow back if it's lost.
What about scars or birthmarks?
It would appear that they make those adjustments at this point in the process, as they would for wrinkles to simulate age.
Sculpture within, merge within, investigate, ceiling, appears to be weak. Ultraviolet rays being projected from above. This is very advanced. Why beyond? True. Definitely different what we saw at the hospital. That's a clean room, therefore. Subbiotic liquid inside. How are the bubbles being weird? Area. Door. I should be able to open it from this side. Terminal. Look at this, Shannon. The days of the people to be snatched already being neatly processed.
So this is where the whole thing begins. The endostructures arrive here from the Kremlin. Then they convert them into copies of their victims. And finally, they head out into the city using the old subway system.
With artificial skin maintenance being handled at Queen's Hospital.
But who's behind all this?
Gillian, look at this. There are some finished snatchers over here.
Get a load of this. The U.S. President, the Prime Ministers of Japan, and the U.K.
Gillian, you're in here too.
Figures. They were looking to snatch every VIP at the summit.
And the last junker, you. It definitely looks like they plan on moving out beyond Neo Kobe.
If they were to snatch every major world leader, they'd practically be able to control the planet. Still, that's odd. With their fluid skin, pulling something off like that would really be difficult.
Chin said they had found the key to developing a perfect artificial skin. Maybe they've already produced it.
No idea. But the number of snatchers here makes it clear that they're up to something new.
Gillian, this is definitely their nest. We should destroy everything.
Not yet. Not until we found Jamie. Metal, how much time do we have left?
The summit should have begun by now. We don't have much time. And once our legal privileges are suspended, I won't be able to help. In fact, I'll be forced to restrain you.
I know. If the military wants to avoid nukes and goes for a surgical strike on this facility, what would they likely use?
Probably a phased particle beam from one of the attack satellites.
A phased particle beam, huh? That'll wipe this complex right off the map.
Everything, including the soil, will simply evaporate. The attack will leave just a large crater.
Metal, can you convince them to give me another hour? Even 30 minutes will help.
Understood. I'll try my best.
And I'll try to find and rescue Jamie in that time.
I can't transmit her due to interference from the Snow 9. I'll have to leave the area and then send the message.
All right. Do it, Metal.
Gillian, don't forget. 30 minutes. You must get out before then.
I understand.
Let's do this.
Gillian, I'm sorry I couldn't help you better.
Don't worry about it. I'll be able to move faster by myself anyway. 30 minutes should be plenty. Go, Metal.
Yes, sir. Don't forget. 30 minutes.
Good luck, Metal.
30 minutes? Oh, this is gonna be tight. That room's the only place left to check. Let's take a look.
Oh shit. God, button so hard. Such a sensitive button. I'm dead. Shit. Oh, this is ages away. Oh, fuck's sake. Why didn't it save when I could have done?
This is where they fuse the artificial skin onto the Snatcher's endostructure. First, they adjust the size of the still skinless Snatcher to the size of the individual who is to be snatched.
Oh, God, is this all over again? Go on the phone for a bit.
Their sex is controlled by gender units, which are installed at this point. Then, the face is modified to match the intended victim by adjusting the size of the upper and lower jaw, cheekbones, temporal bones, and tooth alignment.
Just like Gibson said, that means there are limits to the size of the people that they can snatch.
That's right. The limits of the mechanism mean that they can't snatch children, the elderly, or people who are very tall or heavy. And this is where the artificial muscle's attached.
Is it organic?
No, It appears to be coated with a type of plastic gel capable of mechanical response. Like human muscles, it creates mechanical energy through chemical reactions. And this is where the artificial skin is attached. In order to prevent the synthetic cells, developed using biotechnological protein design techniques, from rejecting the inorganic material below, they attach it gradually over a number of days.
And this is the stuff that gets cancer if they stay out in the sun too long.
Finally, they attach body and scalp hair. The process involves transplant of synthetic hair follicles as well, so the hair will grow back if it's lost.
What about scars or birthmarks?
It would appear that they make those adjustments at this point in the process, as they would for wrinkles to simulate age.
Save while I'm at it. Come out this all over again.
So this is where the whole thing begins. The endostructures arrive here from the Kremlin. Then they convert them into copies of their victims. And finally, they head out into the city using the old subway system.
With artificial skin maintenance being handled at Queen's Hospital.
But who's behind all this?
Gillian, look at this. There are some finished snatchers over here.
Get a load of this. The U.S. President, the Prime Ministers of Japan, and the U.K.
Gillian, you're in here too.
Figures.
I didn't realise that was me.
Snatch every VIP at the summit.
And the last junker, you. It definitely looks like they plan on moving out beyond Neo-Kobe.
If they were to snatch every major world leader, they'd practically be able to control the planet. Still, that's odd. With their fluid skin pulling something off like that...
Quickly check if I'm still going. Yes, I am.
That would really be difficult.
Chin said they had found the key to developing a perfect artificial skin. Maybe they've already produced it.
No idea. But the number of snatchers here makes it clear that they're up to something new.
Gillian, this is definitely their nest. We should destroy everything.
Not yet. Not until we found Jamie. Metal, how much time do we have left?
The summit should have begun by now. We don't have much time. And once our legal privileges are suspended, I won't be able to help.
Right.
In fact, I'll be forced to restrain you.
I know. If the military wants to avoid nukes and goes for a surgical strike on this facility, what would they likely use?
Probably a phased particle beam from one of the attack satellites.
A phased particle beam, huh? That'll wipe this complex right off the map.
Everything, including the soil, will simply evaporate.
Poof.
The attack will leave just a large crater.
Metal, can you convince them to give me another hour? Even 30 minutes will help.
Understood. I'll try my best.
And I'll try to find and rescue Jamie in that time.
I can't transmit here due to interference from the Snow 9. I'll have to leave the area and then send the message.
All right. Do it, Metal.
Gillian, don't forget. 30 minutes. You must get out before then.
I understand.
Gillian, I'm sorry I couldn't help you better.
Don't worry about it. I'll be able to move faster by myself anyway. 30 minutes should be plenty. Go, Metal.
Yes, sir.
Go, Metal, go, Metal, go.
30 minutes.
30 minutes? Oh, this is gonna be tight. That room's the only place left to check. Let's take a look.
It's gonna be tough. So hard. Oh, you little shit. It is so hard. Here we go. It's so hard, just this controller. It's so overly sensitive as well. Shit. I like the fact I'm shooting the fuckers. I feel like I can continue, brick. Fucker.
I wasn't ready for that.
Really?
All right.
It's so sensitive, the directional. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna go like that way.
Doesn't look like there's anything here. Whoa!
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off, I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting that. I shot the bastard. Fuck off, cunt. Cunt. So I'm resetting this till I get it done.
These guys are tough. Didn't exactly expect them to welcome me with open arms. Okay, let's try this next door.
I'm gonna get shafted. Jamie?
Jamie, are you all right?
Gillian, you came for me.
Are you hurt?
No, they won't lay a finger on me. Not until the new artificial skin is completed anyway.
Artificial skin research? You?
Gillian, I've got my memory back. All of it.
What happened? Tell me, Jamie.
They said they'd kill him. They said they'd kill Harry. They forced me. I had to help them with the skin development. They said I had to help them because the professor was ill. Wasn't getting any better. Gillian, the engineer Harry, he's our son. He's been living on his own now for 50 years.
Jamie, I'm afraid that Harry's...
There was nothing I could do. They forced me. But I can't do it anymore.
Jamie!
The professor, he just died. He was over 100.
The professor? What? This old man?
Don't you remember? It's Professor Modner. Professor Petrovich Modner.
What? This old man is Modner?
He's been confined here for 3 years now, just to develop the Snatcher's artificial skin. Terrible. Doing that to your own father.
Whose father? Jamie, I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
You really can't remember, can you?
Jamie, tell me who I am. What were we doing at the Kremlin?
Are you sure you really want me to, Gillian? It's all so awful, but if you must know, I'll tell you. Try to remain calm, okay?
Okay.
56 years ago, you and I were involved in a top-secret Soviet project. It was still during the time of the Cold War. The gulf between East and West was as wide as ever. Everybody was worried about nukes. At that point, the world's armies were at their largest ever. Leaders still believed that a strong military meant a strong nation. There were rumors that there would be an agreement to end the production of nuclear weapons. On the other hand, the major powers like the US began to get involved in a space weapons race. But not the Soviets. The conservative despots in the Kremlin had another, completely different idea for gaining military superiority. A horrible plan, something no one else would think of. At that time,
Blame Russia.
the countries of the communist bloc were facing an economic crisis. Popular movements pushing for democracy were springing up all over. Communism itself was facing extinction. Facing pressure from the reformers, the Kremlin began to panic. And that's when that horrible, childish plan was launched.
And that was the Snatcher project. Replace your enemy's leaders with puppets of your own. Then you control their governments, their economies, take over a country from the inside out.
That's right, Gillian. And to develop these robots, they assembled some of the most brilliant scientific minds from around the world. Some of them were even brought in against their will. At the crux of that development effort was a group called the Frankenstein Project Team. You and I were members of that team, Gillian. It was a 4-person team led by the late Professor Modner here. The robotics expert was Professor Modner himself. His son, Elijah Modner, handled genetics and microbiology. For nanobiology and picobiology, myself. And for behavioral science and psychology, you, Gillian. Early development was carried out at a lab in Novosibirsk, but was later moved to a secret facility under the Kremlin. At the time, the Glasnost and Perestroika movements were gaining momentum, and they rightly feared for the existence of the program if it should become known. But some of the reformers did learn of the project, and they conspired with the US to block it. Gillian, you were a CIA special agent sent by the United States to infiltrate and sabotage the project.
I was CIA?
Yes, and the government knows that. That's why you were assigned to the Junker team.
What? Who am I?
Work on the project continued to go smoothly. But then, on June 6, 1996, there was that accident. A mysterious explosion at the Chernobyl facility spread a bacterial weapon that was under development there into the atmosphere, destroying the country and the project. Gillian, was it you? Did you set off that explosion?
I don't know.
What? You can't be serious. You think I caused the catastrophe?
Somehow, during the confusion, Professor Modner and our son Harry managed to get picked up by American agents. But we couldn't get out in time, you and I and Elijah. In a shelter below the Kremlin, we entered a cryogenic sleep. Our plan was to sleep there until the toxic effects of the bacteria were safely passed.
And then 48 years later, 3 years ago, we were discovered by the 17th Special Investigative Force.
Yes, but when they found us, Elijah's pod was already empty.
Elijah Modner? That guy whose picture was in the church? The one that looks like Random?
That's right, Elijah is alive. Elijah is here and working on the Snatchers.
Why don't you let me finish your little story?
Scary.
Who's there?
It's been a while, hasn't it, Jamie? Ah, yes. And Gillian.
The hell?
It's me, Jamie.
Elijah? Is that really you?
Random? No, not quite.
So you remember me, do you? I am Elijah Modnar, the only son of Professor Petrovich Modnar. I'm afraid I've grown somewhat old and feeble since we last met, however.
Elijah, why are you doing this? Your father, Professor Modner, he passed away a few minutes ago.
What? My father is dead?
Was what she said.
Elijah, what happened to you? The Elijah I knew could never do anything like this.
I've changed, Jamie. These 40 years have changed me.
I can't believe it. What happened to you?
What happened to me?
It's fantastic storytelling, I must admit. Sorry.
I actually have to explain it to you. Jamie, it's you. Your beauty is the cause of all that has come to pass here.
What?
57 years ago, I was obsessed with my research, yes, and with you, Jamie. At the time, I was still young, having just graduated with my genetic engineering degree. My father's connections got me on the team, and there, I met you. You were working as my father's assistant. Your beauty, your smile, I was stricken. I saw something in you that I never felt with women of my own country. You warmed my cold, young heart, Jamie. You opened me up, and I couldn't stop my feelings.
Elijah.
Oh, I was so happy. The political situation was crumbling around us, but every day was a joy. I gained my father's trust, and with you there watching over me, I was able to work as hard as I ever have on the project. However, my happiness did not last for long. Gillian, it was you.
Dum, dum,
You
dum.
showed up and all was ruined. You arrived and joined our project team. Far from home, Jamie found comfort in a man from the same land. Your relationship grew quickly, and all I could do was stand by and watch. Jamie and Gillian fell in love, were joined, and even had a child.
Harry.
Even then, my feelings for you only grew stronger. Worried about me, my father tried to have me removed from the project, but I persisted. Jamie, I always wanted to be near you.
Why's that kid turning around?
And then, the democratic movements that had consumed the rest of the Eastern Bloc spread to our country as well. The Cold War was over. The hardliners who had pushed for its development were stripped of power and the project was cancelled. The reformers, trying to cover up the existence of such a crazed project, ordered that all materials related to it be destroyed and that we stand trial for our actions. Jamie and Gillian were to be returned to their homeland. That's about the time that I learned that you, Gillian, that you were a CIA agent, and that you were trying to pass documents on our research to your military. The country had sold us out.
What?
I'm no politician. I couldn't care less about what happened to the country. All I cared about was my research and Jamie. And I was to lose all of that, everything.
Wow.
For someone so young, you cannot understand how great of a shock that was.
Elijah.
That is when I decided, I swore I would see that secret crazed project through to the end. At the time, the bioroids were 80% finished. The main part, their endostructure, was essentially completed. But we still were having trouble with the artificial skin, the area that Jamie and I were assigned to. We called it artificial skin, but there was of course no need to duplicate T lymphocytes, Langerhans cells, or endocrine cells. All we needed was keratinized cells and melanocytes to provide the pigment. With the artificial protein development techniques that we had in those days, full-scale synthetic cell development was very difficult. Research like this took months, years. The original project called for us to simultaneously snatch an entire country. In other words, a whole nation, or an entire city had to be snatched over the course of one night. For that reason, a powerful biological agent, which could quickly and effectively kill the population of the country, was being simultaneously developed.
What?
Lucifer Alpha.
That's right. A type RAO11 virus which another team was developing. For someone like myself, who was closely involved in the project, blowing up the lab was quite a simple task.
My God, Elijah, do you know what you're saying? That explosion killed half the world's population.
I moved all the materials and records essential to the Bioroid project into the shelter and executed my plan on June 6th. After sealing off the lab, I brought the two of you with me to the underground shelter and we entered a cryogenic sleep. But not before I programmed an atmospheric research satellite to transmit a wake signal when the danger from Lucifer Alpha had passed.
And 10 years later, Lucifer Alpha naturally mutated into a non-toxic form.
But the automatic revival system failed to work.
Oh no, it worked. Just as planned. It revived me 10 years later. A little sooner than the two of you, of course.
But even though you sealed the lab with the explosion and everything, you should have been exposed. Why weren't you?
Oh, I was. But by that time, the vaccine L Angels had already been developed.
So everything went just as you planned it then.
Yes,
Wow.
up until that point. But my real struggle was yet to come. My original plan was to revive Jamie as well, and for the two of us to finish the development of the bioroids. You, Gillian, you were to stay asleep forever. But I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Not after looking at Jamie's peaceful face there in the pod. Besides, I could never have convinced her to work with me on the project anyway. I knew the time was not yet right, so I changed the timers of your pods to permanent on.
How could you do such a thing?
And so for the next 40 years, I worked alone in that cold and lonely room under the Kremlin, trying to complete the artificial skin for the Snatchers. For days and days, no one would visit me. I never saw the sun or felt the changing of the seasons. Still, I always had Jamie by my side. You were always there for me to talk to. Just you and I for 40 years in that dark cellar.
Oh, you poor, poor man.
And then, 3 years ago, my research was finally completed. First, I snatched the Siberian Special Investigative Forces to establish a transport route for the Snatchers. And then, to test the effect of large-scale snatch operations, I chose Neo-Kobe City to be my experimental sample. Neo-Kobe is cut off from the surrounding areas.
That is a Snatcher, not a Blade Runner building in the back there, like a pyramid.
Test site. And since it's a melting pot of various races, it would also allow me to gather extensive data on Snatcher modification and operational techniques. In addition, the element of suspicion or mistrust, which runs deep in Japanese culture, was another reason I chose this site.
But your test revealed a critical flaw in your machine's artificial skin.
Yes, quite unexpected, I'm afraid. All my research for 40 years. I gathered data and worked day and night to find a solution. Nothing seemed to work.
So that's why you decided to bring Professor Modner here, right?
That's correct. I discovered my father in one of the government's hospitals. He was old, but still very sound of mind. Naturally, he would not cooperate with me.
Of course not. He'd never become involved in something like that.
So, unable to receive his assistance, I decided that I had to have yours. But a mistake on my part allowed both you and Gillian to be taken into custody by the authorities first.
Just what are you trying to accomplish, Elijah? You must know you can never get Jamie back.
I'm only interested in discovering what I can of the human animal. In the past, it was because of Jamie. My motive is different now.
It sounds like you're just suffering from the wild arrogance that corrupts so many scientists.
Humans are such weak creatures. No matter how much they trust one another, the tiniest speck of suspicion can destroy it all. Look at how the Snatcher problem has caused such wild unrest. No matter how much science advances or how high we set our ideals, we eventually begin to suspect each other.
This is typical Kojima. Long cutscenes. If you've played Metal Gear Solid, you'll understand why.
I am simply using the Snatchers to elicit the true nature of the human animal. I think this experiment has shown me the limits of human society. I sincerely doubt it will be able to reach any greater level of prosperity on its own. If human society ever hopes to reach greater heights, what is needed is an absolute leader, a firm ruler who isn't affected by these trivial episodes of mistrust.
You're crazy if you think people would ever obey Snatchers.
Of course they wouldn't. But if they don't know, they cannot object. There has been a time in every age that the people have longed for a god to lead them. As long as they give the people no reason to suspect them, then they can easily become their gods. Indeed, a new race of super beings. We are almost there. Once we perfect the artificial skin, Snatchers will transcend man to become this planet's true human beings.
But you'll never get your perfect skin now. Professor Modner is dead.
Use one of Yule.
I no longer have any use for my father. I have a sample of the new skin he developed. Once I've analyzed it, I'll be able to make as much as I need. Or if need be, I can simply culture the keratinized cells, epithelial cells, and melanocytes in the quantities that we need.
What are you talking about? How could you get a sample of perfected artificial skin?
Why don't you take a look at this?
What's that?
We found this in the rubble of Queen's Hospital.
Random.
Random?
Oh, an acquaintance of yours?
He's a Snatcher?
That term isn't exactly accurate. This bioroid was constructed by my father without my knowledge. He modeled it after me in my youth. He built it right here in this facility. And not only that, he programmed it to destroy Snatchers.
Wow.
This bioroid caused me serious difficulties. It's designed and built far better than my Snatchers. The machine itself thought it was human. My father input memories for it all the way back to childhood.
Wow.
Those too were apparently mine. Haven't you yet
I knew there was something wrong with Random.
Random Hajil is Elijah Modner spelled backwards.
Duh.
How like my father, silly old man. He did virtually overnight what I could not do in 40 years of effort. Furthermore, he makes a bioroid so perfect, even the bioroid itself believes itself to be real. What's more, the cells of the skin he developed are self-replicating. Once in place, no further transplants or culturing is necessary.
Is he dead?
Its main and locomotive systems are completely shut down. It's just scrap now. But the artificial skin is being kept alive. This we need. With this, we can move to phase 2 of our plan of full-scale infiltration of the world's major nations.
The summit's already over. You'll never succeed.
What does the summit matter? Nothing holds us back now that we have this perfect skin. We can go anywhere we want, and there will be no way to tell us apart. I will have free control over the world. Nothing will be able to stop me. Politics and free thought will no longer have any meaning. My will alone will decide the course of human history.
You egomaniac. Do you think you can snatch the entire population?
There's a fully automated Snatcher factory under the Kremlin. Even as we speak, scores of new Snatchers are being born.
But no matter how hard
Where'd they get the
you
melt
try,
from?
you won't be able to snatch the people's heart and soul. What do you hope to gain from this anyway?
Jamie, the human race is composed of fools. But I'm different. I will be its savior. Indeed, not just of mankind, but of all life on the planet.
I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Metal!
In 10 minutes, this church will be struck by a phased particle beam. I am guiding the beam from the attack satellite using GPS and 15 navigational satellites. The beam cannot miss. Everything in a 200-kilometer radius from me will be destroyed.
Stop this foolishness now. I will not have my research destroyed by some souped-up pocket calculator.
Metal, what happened at the summit?
The delegates, worried about the Snatcher menace, voted unanimously to allow the use of nuclear weapons on the city. The military is presently imposing a quarantine on Neo-Kobe.
What? Do they intend to kill everybody?
The populace is in a state of panic. However, they have agreed to lift the quarantine if this church is struck by the phased particle beam. This is our last chance. I will handle things here. Gillian, Jamie, you two must flee.
You insignificant mass of metal. You'll never...
One move and I detonate. Gillian, run!
Metal, this is crazy!
We can't let a single Snatcher get out of here. And this new artificial skin has to be destroyed as well.
I will not allow some talking scrap pile to get away with
this little one and take him out of here.
Oh shit. Oh no, Metal. Metal, no!
Metal!
Cowardly little robot.
You always were a real pain in the butt.
What's that?
What? How did... You're supposed to be deactivated.
I don't go down that easy, old man.
Stop this foolish...
Shut up! Let's try to make our final moments peaceful, shall we? And you Snatchers, you touch the little guy and the old man's head comes off. Random! I've always hated being used. Why don't you watch the final act with me?
Gillian, you only have 5 minutes. The turbo cycle is just outside on standby. Use that to flee.
Let me go. I'm Elijah Modner. I'm your original.
I don't care if I'm an original or a copy or what. You and I are gonna die right here. If we both die, there won't be a copy anymore.
What an ending.
The stupid logic of a simpleton, of a machine.
Whatever it is, it's my will.
Machines have no will. Machines cannot sacrifice themselves.
We'll see about that.
You have 4 minutes. You must go. And don't forget to take care of the factory under the Kremlin.
Stop!
Gillian, even if these memories in my head are fiction...
Yeah, I know what you mean. Our memories of our time together are all too real, Random.
Gillian, you become one hell of a junker.
Gillian, it has been most recreational being your partner.
Oh, Metal!
If you can, try to pick up the pieces for me, okay? Like we did for Little John.
Little John? Oh! Okay, Metal.
Hurry! You only have 3 minutes.
Thanks! Thanks, you two! Jamie, come on!
Wow, this story.
No! Don't let her go! No!
You pathetic old fool! You don't even know how to love someone!
You stupid machine! What is that idiotic grin supposed to mean?
By snatching you, I'm finally gonna get my real self back!
Random, there's less than 1 minute to go. Thanks to you, everything will be fine.
You don't owe me any thanks. Sorry to get you involved in such a big job. You did great. You're a hell of a junker.
3, 2, 1, here it comes!
Later, kid!
What's happening? Oh man, this has been an emotional roller coaster towards the end.
So you're really going, aren't you?
It's our responsibility, too. Besides, if I go to Moscow, I may get some of my memory back. And if that happens, I'll be able to love you even more than I do now. Wait for me. I want to be with you, but first I've got to destroy this terrible factory of theirs.
Are we going to Moscow?
When I get back, let's try living together again. What do you say?
13 Special Operations Squad and all Junker personnel. Report immediately for departure.
We'll be waiting for you too.
Katrina! Mika! You're here too?
You better be happy, Buster, with all these beautiful women seeing you off.
I'm happy you came. Let me introduce my wife.
Jamie Seed. I suppose it's a little odd introducing myself a second time, though.
What do you mean? You've never met them before, have you?
What are you talking about, Gillian? We're good friends.
Huh? Since when?
It's the first time I've met her in person, but I've spoken with her on the video phone a lot of times.
What? Have you guys been talking about me behind my back?
No, that feels. Look. Jamie, sorry for all that calls. That sentence couldn't be any more real right now. It's John's daughter, Mika, the booth attendant. Trying to learn more about you was what got this shit started. Trainer. I was telling Mika about how lonely it was being home alone all the time, and she told me that Jamie was always with me, so I gave her a video call. We done talking? What's going on? I was really lonely. Oh, the dog, Alice. Aww. That poor dog. That took me as well. We really became close, didn't we? Relationships come beyond just being friends. Just beyond just friends. That sounds pretty good to me. Oh, don't be stupid. You have more minds on them. Gillian, my man. Them joking, you know it was. They both easily talk to. I like got two real sisters now. They're just like family to me now. I don't care if you get your memory back or not. Why? Because getting your memory back will mean that you remember those things about me that you hated. Things I hated? What are you talking about? Dealing with each other's imperfections part of what's being written. This game's really starting to kick me in the feels now. Thank you, it's good to hear you say that.
So have they finalized what they're going to do about Junker operations? I suppose this will end up being our last mission, huh?
Well, originally they were planning on disbanding the team, but now they've decided to keep us in business.
So that means...
That's right. We've been designated as one of the government's special police divisions. That puts us above the regular cops.
So the government has decided that crime by machines poses a bigger threat than crime by humans from here on out, huh?
They've chosen the new chief, too. So when you get back, you'll get to meet the new head honcho.
Well, it's comforting to know I've got a place I can come back to.
Second Lieutenant Seed. I'm a second lieutenant as well, so let's try to work together when you get back. Well, I'm saying, how come my rank is lower than I had in the army?
Whatever you do, just come home safe, okay?
Okay.
When you get back from this job, you still have a dinner date to keep with me, you know.
Don't worry. I won't forget my promises to either of you. Oops, almost forgot. Of course, I want to spend some private moments with my wife, too, huh? What's wrong, Jamie?
What?
Harry and I will be waiting for you to get home.
That's Harry's hat.
We can do it this time, Gillian. Not some fake couple like before, but with love and trust.
I know,
wow,
Jamie.
where's this story going?
Gillian.
I'll see you, Jamie.
Wait for me.
Huh?
Take me with you, please.
You?
It's a mega CD.
Metal?
That's brilliant.
We didn't have a good friend
That's meta.
This is just a temporary body.
Wow.
Call me Metal Gear. Sega CD for now.
So they found your memory chip in one piece, eh?
That's brilliant.
Random protected it from the blast of the beam.
Random, huh? Wait a second. I've heard that sneeze somewhere before.
Really? I didn't hear anything. Anyway, I want to know if you'll take me with you. Please, Gillian. Please take me with you.
Hurry up and get on board.
Wow.
Yes, sir, Gillian.
That's epic, that is. That was pretty special. We're going to Russia? Please tell me I'm going to go to Russia. Don't end it there. We're going to Russia, right?
Throughout history, suspicion has always bred conflict. The real conflict, though, resides in people's hearts. This conflict has just begun.
I don't get to go to Russia? Well, that was the end of Snatcher, everyone. Turns out I was literally... What time is it now? I was about 2.5 hours away from the end. 8 months to finish that. Wow. There's got to be... Is there a secret to Snatcher? Snatcher... Sequel... I've been waiting for his comments. A radio drama? Shit. This game was first released in 1988 for the PC 801 and MX2 in Japan. So MX2 is what Metal Gear 1 was played on, but it's not until it reached the Sega CDs when it just blew up in '94. 6 years later. Then on the PlayStation, but it was nice. Amazing. Do we get... There's a legacy there. Okay, moving on. Can't see anything. What's this? Snatcher was an episodic radio drama prequel to Snatcher. So we're not going to sequel. Can't believe Harry died, man. The way he did in that game. It ended on a bloody cliffhanger. It's gotta be a... No mention of a sequel, so that was it. And I had balls of fun playing that. There's a spiritual sequel called... what was it? Police Notes. That's it. Is it going to crash there? What happened there? Oh, there we are. Okay. Well, that was it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. That was an amazing game. I'm just blown away. I'll see you later. Thanks for helping me finish Snatcher, all of you. Bye.